The character of Noah definitely came to me first. He had just like this magnetic energy, and I just was like, you are something, but I didn't really know what to do with him. And then I saw an episode of Castle, the murder show, called Final Frontier, which is directed by Jonathan Frakes, who played the first mate on Star Trek TNG, and obviously Nathan Fillion, whose Castle was also Mal Reynolds on Firefly. And it was this incredibly nerd-coded murder show about like a murder that had taken place at a fan convention. And what I loved about it was that I was just instantly drawn into this world, and it felt like walking into a room where I wasn't expecting to know anyone, but like everyone embraced me kind of like family. And I hadn't really thought about it, but I walked away from that and I was like, that would be pretty fun to be able to make a book where anyone can come to it, like they don't need any prior knowledge, but they leave being a fan.
Right.
So that was sort of in there. But I didn't really know what to do with it, and I was like, maybe I can put Noah in that world. And then I was visiting a friend in San Francisco. We have very little in common, but we've been close forever, and I don't watch any reality TV.
Okay.
And it was during Scandival.
Oh.
And she was like, I'm sorry, I know you're here, you've come like 3,000 miles, but this is very important, we need to watch.
Yeah.
And so I got completely sucked in. And I just was like, this is it. This is how I make this work. Because I wanted to do something with the show.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure how to write about it in a way that would be satisfying, because it's very boring to shoot a show. So this was like, oh, we could do it like a docudrama. And that way, like, everyone can be involved. It can be spontaneous. We can have all this, like, double speak, because they're going to be scripting themselves. And from there, it was like, all right, I think I can make this. I think I can try this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned Scandival. Are you aware of the Summer House drama that is equally as
I was read into it last week, and I haven't actually like done anything firsthand, but like I've been telling the story, and people are like, "Have you heard about Summer House?" So yes, I've heard.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's Scandival 2.0. So
crazy.
It's wild.
I had done improv when I first came to the city in 2011. I took classes at UCB for a few years, and I had an indie team, Half Birthday. They're acknowledged in the book. It was just sort of like a way of making friends. And I was so dead wrong about it. It's like I have friends from improv, but it was very competitive. It was a real scene, and it was a cool moment because so many people were like in and out of the office, in and out of 30 Rock. So you never knew who was going to be at the theater that night. You never knew who might coach your practice group or who they might become. And I was super drawn to the language, like the language of improv and like how the scenes worked. I wanted to understand the magic trick. And it's interesting because like looking back, I think sketch would have been a better fit for my for my skill set, but I never took a sketch class because I was just so fascinated by the improvisers.
Yeah.
Which then 10 years later wound up becoming very useful for this book.
Right. And I've even started to sort of like do a little bit of research into it because I didn't know anything until I read this book. So I was like, it is a fascinating world that I had no idea existed. It's
a fascinating world, and it's really interesting. Like, it all kind of comes out of transactional analysis, this now debunked psychological, modality, we'll call it that. Like, I don't even think we can call it a theory. But it's still very operational within the improv community, obviously. And yeah, it's just such great training for so many things. And I think I was attracted to it as a young, budding writer.
Right.
Because it's like so incredible to see these artists that are able to just like drop into their subconscious minds. And I think I really wanted that relationship with myself, but didn't quite know how to access it. So I was very drawn to it unconsciously. And then years later, like writing this book, it was like, oh, I bet that's what was pulling me in.
Yeah.
I think there were a few challenges. Making sure that it was believable, that they had this connection that felt very visceral and tangible and real to the readers, that didn't grow stale over time. That was very important, and was sort of a balancing act, because the way that I sort of dramatize the connection is often on stage. So figuring out ways for them to be in workplaces where they could improvise. Like, there aren't actually that many situations where this would come up.
Right.
So figuring out how to make that organic in the story was definitely a high wire walk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it was like after the show, and when they meet again, like that was tough ground. But I think you did a masterful job of it. So that was great.
I didn't know how it was going to end. So I had a sense that I wanted them to be together. Obviously, I'm deeply invested in this couple, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen when he walked out.
Because Noah was pretty...
Yeah, he was firm.
Yeah.
Well, I knew knowing Noah that he would have to like do exactly what he said he was going to do. So there was always a question in my mind of, is he going to stick with it? But
yeah.
I knew he would walk out. There was absolutely no question in my mind. The question was, is he going to come back?
Right, okay. He does come back inside the theater after AJ never comes out.
Yep.
It's because she's on the phone with her sister.
Yep.
Why was he so worried?
I think it just got really real. Like, I think in Noah's head, he had only really thought this through until the end of the scene. And he's like, they made these very hard and fast rules. And I think walking out that last night was his horizon line. And so then I think he immediately started to negotiate that with himself the minute he left the theater. And so, of course, he sort of backpedals. He's like, well, I'll just see her walk out.
Yeah.
And that ends up taking a really long time because she doesn't leave. And in that interval, he's starting to realize, like, I really don't like not knowing where this person is. Like, I've just actually elected to not know where this person is, like, for the rest of my life. And, like, whereas AJ's a woman, she's, like, thinking in advance about all this stuff. I think it really, like, hits Noah right there. And suddenly he's realizing, like, this is all completely artificial. Like, I have lied to myself. Like, I thought that if I, front-loaded the pain, I could avoid more later on. And I think it's just getting very real for him as he waits and waits and waits and doesn't see her. And I think it's just that moment of, like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this. And it gets real.
But he's stubborn.
Yeah.
If she had left and he had seen her, do you think he would have followed her?
I don't think he would have followed her that night. I wonder if something would have happened. Like, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because there was a part where I was like, oh God, we're actually gonna not be together. But you wrapped it up perfectly.
Yes. I can't say too much at this point, but we're putting together a cool team.
Okay.
And there is excitement about a potential show.
I was going to say, it cannot be a movie.
No.
It has to be a show.
So, it's a saga. No,
it is.
Unless they want to do like full-on Star Wars, like 9
No.
movies. Like,
we need a TV show. This cannot be wrapped up in like an hour and 47 minutes, okay? Like,
yeah, no. No. The stuck in development hell.
Okay. But I feel like with this, maybe it'll pop back up again.
I love that book. I loved that screenplay.
That's a tremendous book.
Yes. Okay, so Anna, Tara, and Ro are the characters that AJ and Noah play in Into the Blue, the show. Anna is like, I would say like 25% Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. She's like a little bit River Tam from Firefly, and she's a lot of Rey from Star Wars. And then I would say that Ro is like 80% Kylo Ren and like 20% Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great matchup of people.
Well, I gave them the powers, the fire and water powers.
Right.
So, yeah. I'm idea dating.
Okay.
I'm on the market.
Okay.
I'm active. My cab light's on. I'm actively seeking.
You've written about music. You've written about, television and movies. Would you want to stay in that entertainment space?
I love entertainment, so I think there'll be something like that in everything I do. I feel like there are a lot of unanswered questions about Mike, AJ's brother. He's the one who I felt there could have been more
gaming.
about.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and I'm a game designer in my day job, so I've been thinking a little bit about that, but I don't know if it's time.
Okay.
So I also love ballet.
Ooh,
just putting things out there.
Mash them up.
Into the dating creative universe. No.
Okay.
No.
Was it random?
It was, well, so it's not, it's interesting, like, having all these conversations about, like, improv and the collective unconscious. Like, I definitely feel like I'm not, like, alone when I write these things. So I think it's something that came out, and then I sort of grabbed the vine and pulled it through. But it wasn't like 100% planned. Like it was just at the beginning, it was like, it's AJ. I was like, I wanted her to have sort of like a tomboyish name.
Yeah.
And I had a few options, and then when I realized that Age could be the nickname, I thought it was kind of pretty, and I wanted her to have sort of a kind of pretty version of her name, so that was that. And then eventually I came through and I was like, oh, I see what I did there. Like unconsciously, I had these two very like Shakespearean words, and then of course Noah's the one who grabs it and brings it to light, but that, I think it was like unconsciously done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.